about cliches, something I see a lot in demo reels in students. And I want you guys to, from now, start to stray away from cliche stuff. And I have a pretty good way to explain what I mean. Is let's say, for example, you asked kids, or a classroom of kids, your nephew, your son, any kids. You ask them, hey, if somebody's walking in the woods and they're lost, what happens to them? Like most of them, they're going to tell you what they know. Oh, the big bad wolf is going to get them, because they know the story of the Little Red Riding Hood. So basically, they're going to fall back on what they know and what almost everybody knows, right? So, but what if it's something else? What if it's a grandmother going for, what if it's the grandmother that's out? That becomes a little bit more interesting, no? Like if you can watch a movie today about this or that, what would you pick? You want to stay away from what people know and what's common, right? What if it's this in The Sopranos, they're lost in the forest, but it's a mafia executing somebody? It starts to become more interesting, but it takes effort, especially for me. For me, it doesn't come naturally, because my first instinct is like, oh, I know this, I'm gonna do this. So it's kind of, this is the best image I have to describe it. It's kind of like gravity, like cliche. It's like, come, it's easy, let yourself go, right? So we kind of have to fight against that, especially you guys building your demo reel. So, but the big lesson for me was in college. We had an assignment and we had to draw a breakfast scene. Just one panel, not a story. Just one panel or a breakfast scene. I drew something like this. I don't have the original drawing because I hated it and I threw it away. You'll know later why. But I draw something like this, like the perfect family with one son and the perfect breakfast scene. And I was so proud of it. I'm like, this is what a breakfast scene is. This is what I know. This is the cliche, right? And my friend drew this. This is not the drawing. This is the closest I could find. Follow her on Instagram. She does amazing work. But it was something like this. And she had a lot of siblings. It was messy. The plates weren't matching. I have a better photo here. Like she drew something like that. Like plates not matching, chaos. And she's like, yeah, this is what my breakfast was like. And this, like, I'm like, oh my God, this feels so real. It doesn't feel like this, right? It feels, something was real and interesting to me. And I kept staring at her drawing. It was very interesting to me. So, you know, look, the whole mime thing, I tell you to get away from I call it the Charlie Chaplin syndrome. Like, you guys stay away from that. Find something original, like gestures like this. Like, I don't know. Back in the day, it was popular. Like when these guys did it 50 years ago, it worked. Like, I don't know, super appealing silhouette. But today, it's overused. And I want you to, it's our job as animators to find the honesty in the performance. And the first place to start is to start like here. But you ask, like, what does Hollywood likes? I know I sound like a conformist, but it's true. Like, what's being nominated lately? What's winning awards? Why does this performance is working? Why others are not? So it's a good place to start, just to watch movies, and later after that you will develop your own taste. I promise you. Like, it's a good place to start, but then you'll start liking some things, some subtle acting. But in these actors, they're bringing honesty to the performance, and it's our job to do so as animators. This is if you want to work in features, by the way. If you want to do gaming, you don't have to worry too much about that. Yeah, it's like a mirror, basically. It's like, it's really rewarding if you put something honest and it turns out in the movie. You'll look at it and you'll feel a little bit proud because there is a little bit of you in the movie. Like all of you, to start doing that early.